Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe. And in today's video, I want to talk about the potential IBF heavyweight title eliminator fight between Richard Torrez and Frank Sanchez, which in my opinion is a tougher fight for Frank Sanchez than the fight against Jared Anderson. Now, Richard Torrez is undefeated, coming in with a record of 13-0 with 11 fights, 11 wins by knockout. So he has got decent pop, in my opinion. I've seen some guys saying that, he hasn't really got power. I disagree with this. I think he can definitely punch. He's very fast, very good athlete, and he also has a pretty good gas tank, especially for the heavyweight division. He's a high energy fighter that's always constantly, sort of putting his opponents under some sort of threat, which also causes them to use up a lot of energy. He does this by using a lot of feints or constantly punching, and he's always constantly moving. Like I say, he moves very well for a guy in the heavyweight division. Got fast feet, got fast hands, good power, in my opinion. And like I say, he knows how to use his height to his advantage and come in low and shorten up his shots on the inside. Now, going into this fight, I think Sanchez is probably going to be a favorite. I haven't seen the odds for this fight yet, but I would assume he's going to be a favorite going into this fight. Frank Sanchez, obviously also a very skilled boxer. He himself, got very fast hands. He's going to have a height and reach advantage in this fight at 6'4", and also got very good legs. He moves extremely well, got a very good jab, and also has very good power. He can definitely hurt Torrez in this fight. I've seen Torrez hurt a few times. Also seen him knocked out in the amateurs. So Frank Sanchez definitely has the power to put Torrez out in this fight. And I think Richard Torrez is going to have to be, very sharp and use a lot of feints in this fight in order to not get timed by Frank Sanchez on his way in. So I think his feints and I think his jab is actually going to also be very important in this fight, which he kind of neglected a little bit in the Vianello fight. I don't think he used his jab nearly enough. And at some points, he sort of looked like he kind of ran out of ideas and was just sort of loading up with power shots from the outside. So in this fight, I think he's going to have to use his jab a lot more, use his feints a lot more. And like I say, come in low, look to cut the ring off, and look to put Frank Sanchez on the ropes and get to his body. Try and break him down to the body, take his legs away that way, and then obviously look to finish up top. Torrez has a very good right hook as well as a straight left hand as well. Torrez obviously a very skilled guy himself, being an Olympic silver medalist. However, in this fight, I do think Frank Sanchez has the better boxing ability. I think he has the better back foot game. We haven't really seen much of a back foot game from Torrez. He's, like I say, he's a very front foot heavy guy. In the Vianello fight, Torrez, like I said, he didn't really use his jab enough, and also he kind of was falling in a lot and sort of getting a bit too close to Vianello in that fight and smothering himself on the inside. In this fight, like I say, he needs to use his jab, use his feints to get inside, and then not get too close and allow Frank Sanchez to tie him up on the inside. As in my opinion, he's going to have to get his work off when he does get inside, as it won't be as easy to get inside on a Frank Sanchez as it was on a more flat-footed and upright Guido Vianello. Like I said, Frank Sanchez moves extremely well, got a good jab, good boxing IQ, and a great counterpuncher as well. So in my opinion, I do make Frank Sanchez a favorite in this fight. I think at some point he probably will be able to walk Torrez onto something big and hurt him. And also, like I said, I think he has got the ability to outbox Richard Torrez. But Richard Torrez, being, like I say, a very energetic guy with a great engine, can also, you can see his way to win this fight. As we've seen Frank Sanchez stopped by Jit Caballal in a fight where he was worn down and broken down. He couldn't keep Caballal off of him. And so obviously you could see that possibility for Richard Torrez, that he could also, apply a lot of pressure on Frank Sanchez, get to his body, cut off the ring on him, and, be able to sort of wear Frank Sanchez down and probably get a stoppage. I think that would be, his best way, approach to this fight. As I do think Frank Sanchez is the better boxer out of the two, and he has that height and reach advantage with a better jab. So, like I said, I do favor Frank Sanchez going into this fight. I think he probably does win the fight. I think he can win it either by KO or on points. He has good power. He's an explosive guy, and like I say, with a good uh, boxing ability and boxing IQ. So I can see him winning the fight both ways, either on points or by KO. And with Richard Torres, though, I can also see, like I say, a possibility of him being able to wear Frank Sanchez down or catch him with a big shot, because Torres can punch as well, and he is a fast fighter. So, like I said, both it's a good fight in my opinion. I think both guys can win this fight. However, if I had one pick to make, I would definitely be, leaning towards Frank Sanchez to win this fight. But I think it's a very interesting fight, and I think it'll be a very entertaining fight between two very fast and explosive guys. But like I say, I'm leaning towards Frank Sanchez to win this fight. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comment section below. Thanks for listening. Talk to you guys again soon. Cheers.